Good evening and welcome back to the Celtic Unrestricted View. I'm JP and joining me is my two good men and they're back for sunny Tenerife. That is the two lovers of Billy Porter, Mr. Ryan Clifford and Alan Stirling. Good evening, lads. How are we?
Oh, good, mate. How are you? Hope you're well.
I'm all right. How are you, big man?
You're good. He tell me to give you a message that he left his boxers on his flare, so
That's terrible, man.
relay that back
Forever doing
on.
that,
I think
by
you
the
had
way.
a good time with me last time, so I think we'll not go any further until the half-10 show, but Billy had his way with you, big man.
Share the record straight now, by the way, because I left €40 on his bedside cabinet. The bastard never gave me it back. He asked me for, he says to me, "Did you do home delivery?" I said, "Aye." He was up pissed. He's like, "Can you see me up the road, big man?"
Get some Uber up the road.
Very well.
But,
aye.
How's your holiday?
Glad about the sunshine, but aye, very well. And aye, looking forward to getting back into kind of domestic football. So I hope everyone's well that's watching. Hope you guys are well.
Hi, I'm good. Hi. Obviously, Ryan, you came home slightly earlier than Alan did from Tenerife, mate. How was your experience of your time away?
I'm just glad to be off the booze, I think, mate, to be honest with you. Get a bit of the man flu.
By the way, you look terrible.
Oh, man, Jesus. I feel terrible. I think we get the touch of man flu, whatever it is. Obviously, we're travelling and drinking and eating rubbish. Your body's obviously suspect to maybe a wee illness, so I've come back for obviously a wee bit of man flu. But like Alan says, we're back to domestic action now. We're back to Celtic playing now, so obviously we're not going to really touch the Scotland at all, really. So, but obviously Scotland played last night. Obviously, Kasper's injury, no ideal. Hopefully, we'll get a diagnosis of that very soon. How long it's going to be for? Guess it's Sinisalo will be a big topic for us tonight. If he's back into the fray now, and will he get game time? So, but aye, all good, mate. Holiday was good, but once you get back, mate, it's back to reality. You kick on again, you get back to your normal living, mate. It's reality, innit? It's a holiday, innit? And then you come back and boom, it's back to it. So, aye, all good. Hope the viewers are well and hope everybody's well this Monday evening.
Yeah, as you said, the viewers, everybody that's tuning in with us, good evening. Hope you're all well. We'll come to some comments. We'll get Anjem first there. Evening, JP, Ryan, Allen in the chat. And says, I guess Sinisalo will finally get a game on Saturday due to Kasper's injury. Ryan, I'm actually going to bar your dad for this podcast because he's an absolute jinx. He put a video question to me and you last week or the week before. And it was all to do with Sinisalo and his game time. I'm just wondering if your dad was sitting there with his wee Mystic Meg ball.
The Kasper.
Honestly, Alan, you couldn't write this. Honestly, and knew that which just has happened is obviously Saw's law on it. Scott, good evening, mate. Hope you're well.
Evening, Scott.
Evening, Plunge. Hope you're well as well. Pat Kid Boy, good evening. Paul McGuire, good evening. Joe Hart's ball patch. What a name has Joe Hart got a ball patch? Or is that just hearsay?
Unless he's got it somewhere we don't know, mate. I don't know. Aye.
He's I know he done the advert for Head and Shoulders. I never seen it on there.
Maybe he's done too much of the shampoo and he's got a ball patch now.
Aye, see, there is that.
Heads and Kasper shoulders now. Tell you boys, man, don't be surprised to see Scott Bain get that jersey. Man. He's always making an appearance somewhere.
I'm afraid that's not what we've got time for this.
I'm after the booze. I don't want to get back on it. I don't want to get back on the booze.
He always makes an appearance somehow, man.
Big man's still on. Big man's had a few of Sam Booker before he came on there. He's still on. He's still in the Veronica strip mind, isn't he? Park Head Boys also with us. Royston Rebel, hail. Hope you're well. Chris Murray, good evening. Hope you're well as well. Paul McGuire. So comments flying in, folks. Our good man, Toby. The fantastic tour back, he says. I didn't even get a hello. Absolutely tremendous. Ronnie Pickering, good evening. Hope you're well. And there's Lindsay as well. Creeping in. Pat Kid Boy, hail, Rebel brother. Brilliant, man. Feeling the love, folks. Feeling the love tonight. Then she decides to greet us rather than the Pat Kid Boy after the first message. Hell of a kind of you. James Kennedy, how you doing, mate? As I said, I hope everybody had a lovely weekend. It's one of the ones, Alan, innit? When Celtic are not playing, you're at a loose end. You really don't know what to do. And I know a lot of people might support Scotland and they might want to tune into the games, but it's just not the same.
No, definitely, it's not the same. And you've kind of had that prolonged period that we're feeling for the last game, basically. You'd rather, from my personal point of view, you'd rather get in the next game and just get that win and kind of kickstart again, shall we say. So, it's nice to watch Scotland. Maybe not last night, it wasn't nice to watch Scotland, but I enjoyed the game the other night. That was my last night in Tenerife, I was watching that. But as you say, it's kind of different gravy when you're watching the kind of domestic, with Celtic being the kind of be all and end all. So it'll be nice to see us kind of hopefully kick start again for the weekend and put a good performance together.
Ryan, how do you feel when it comes to the international? Because it feels like sometimes, I know obviously, as Alan's mentioned there, Celtic's last game and you're looking to kind of get over that pretty quickly. But normally when we're building towards an international break, we're normally starting to hit a bit of form. Mm-hmm. And then we get into the international break and all the players all scupper and go elsewhere. And then when we come back, it's always that wee game or two to take to kind of get back to it again. And so in terms of the international break, mate, how do you feel on it all?
See, obviously, I'm like used to. I like Scotland. So when Scotland have got maybe 2 or 3 games coming up, then it's something to watch. There's still football to watch. So I love football. Like even the new, we've got England playing. So even though I don't like England, I'll watch it because there's football on, or there's Italy's playing, or yesterday was Portugal and Denmark. So I still like football being on, but it's nothing like watching Celtic. And like you and Alan have said there, with the result obviously getting beaten the derby, you kind of want the next game to be 2 or 3 days later, go and get a victory and get it in your mind. The players have had to obviously strew over that in the last week, 10 days or so. The manager, they'll be strewn over it to decide, obviously, analytics and what we can do better. And it leaves a wee, obviously, the points total right now, it's mega. So it's not as doom and gloom as what maybe people think after the game because you lose a derby game. But it would have left a manager probably some things to think about getting to the Hearts game and kind of the rest of the season, because obviously that's been 3 games now, I think, or 4 games. We've not beaten them in 90 minutes, which is no great. So he'll want to try and change that for the next game at Ibrox. So don't want to leave that going on further. But no, I don't know. Look, I'm a Scotland fan, so like Alan says, the last night wasn't good, but the other night was good against Greece at home when we played them away from home. But you want to, I think the players, JP, they'll want to be getting the games as quick as possible, especially losing a derby game. You want to get in just say derby games are Saturday, Sunday. You want back in hopefully a midweek game for us, but there's no, then you need to wait. So
Lindsay, you need to stop subscribing to Ryan's Soft 10 show again. That's your bank account.
But I don't know what you're like, JP. Obviously, we like Scotland, but I think because you lose the derby game and then you've got a wee bit to wait. Ideally, as Alan says, you want to get a victory or the next game and get it out of your system, and they've had to obviously kind of wait and pester that until Saturday coming up against Hearts.
Yeah, I'm the same as you. I like Scotland as well, but no yesterday. That's for sure. And I think now this Scotland team coming to it's probably coming to the end of a wee cycle under this manager, I think. We could be looking at a new manager coming in, but again, that's besides here or there. But I'm interested in our players that go elsewhere. Because obviously, first of all, you want them all to do well, and you want them all to do the best they can do for their teams, to get them confidence to come back to us fresh and ready to go. Because let's face it, lads, we've got the League Cup in the bag. We've got a massive gap in the league. And we've got a very good chance of getting a Scottish Cup now with favourable draws, in my opinion, in the semi-final against St Johnstone. Now, I know no game has a gimme, but when you look at that and you say to yourself, you're not going to get a better opportunity. Your biggest rivals across the water, they're not even in the competition anymore. So I'm more interested in seeing how the players are. And obviously the one that springs to mind now is Kasper Schmeichel, because I tuned into the game just like yourself last night, Brian. And this VAR rule that there is, that a player goes away, runs through on goal, he's offside though, but for some reason these officials now have to wait till the period of that play is ended. Well, I'm afraid we've spoken about it often enough on here, Ryan. The period of play ended with the goalkeeper being injured. Now, he landed awkwardly on his shoulder, and right away, he was in a lot of abject pain. You could see the discomfort in his face, and he couldn't even lift his arm up. His arm was down, kind of supported here like that for the remainder of the game. He was trying to make saves with one hand. The only reason they never get took off was because they'd used all the subs. They weren't able to make any more subs when the game goes into extra time. So, obviously, we're going to get our first caller on, but I want to find out the thoughts there of you lads, is what you think of the incident with the VAR and everything else. But obviously, we'll get our first caller of the evening. It is indeed John M. Good evening.
Evening,
lads.
How are you?
Doing, mate, all right?
Not too bad, not too bad. Ryan, Alan, enjoy your holiday?
Just a bit much, John, aye.
No.
That's what it's all about, lads.
I'm back on the water.
All about, lads.
I'm back on the water now, John, for a while.
Not the Gabby water.
No, not the Gabby water, no. No, not the Gabby water, no.
I've been drinking milk for weeks.
What's that? I'm after Hoochie. I'm after Hoochie now.
What was that, John? Sorry.
You said you've been drinking milk for weeks. I said you got a hernia or something.
I think I might have, actually. Aye. No, I'm only joking. It's just somebody asked me the other day, was it pasteurised? I says, no, it's only up to my shins.
You were waiting on me saying that.
No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. I wasn't. But how are you? Hope you've had a nice weekend.
Aye, I had a great weekend when I see my grandson and his wee play, him and my granddaughter. So I had a good wee weekend.
Good stuff.
Just a chilled out Sunday. Watched that rubbish on the telly yesterday afternoon, but there we go. Apart from that, Celtic weren't playing, so what can I say?
John, obviously before you came on, I was chatting with the lads here about the VAR instance, and I think I've said to you in the past as well, when players go on and it needs to wait to this end of, the play, end of this thread of play or whatever they call it, as someone is going to get injured. Now, that happened last night. Obviously, we're talking about Kasper Schmeichel here.
Right.
He comes out to tackle Diogo Jota, and Diogo Jota goes round him with the ball, but on the dive down, Kasper injures his shoulder. He lands awkwardly on it. Now, my understanding to that is he's left the stadium last night with his arm in a sling.
Right.
So right away, you could see the pain that he was in, because his face and everything tells a picture. If he had to play on, they couldn't sub him off because they'd used all the subs. What's your thoughts in terms of, first of all, the VAR, and then obviously Kasper's injury?
Well, the VAR thing, I mean, if it's a blatant offside, the flag should go up right away for me. Go back to the old sort of, the old rules. I mean, I know they've brought in all these new rules that they've got to let the play get to a certain stage and then flag offside. But many times that people have been saying it, and I've spoke to people about it before, that somebody's going to get a really, really bad injury. A player obviously is going to get, and obviously one of your players is now probably out for a game on Saturday because of that. Mm-hmm. And, but no, I don't like it at all. I just wish they would do, if it's so blatant it's an offside, or even if it's the linesman sees the offside, just flag.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. Just flag. Don't wait to the end of this play or that play or the next play. Because you've said yourself, and Alan and Ryan probably feel the same way. Somebody's going to get a bad injury through this. And it might even end their career.
Yeah, I've had chats similar about that with many different people. Alan, obviously, we had a kind of small chat about it in the group chat last night, mate, regarding why VAR was brought in, why it's getting used, etc., etc. Can you obviously see the point of, there is a chance where somebody's going to get an injury?
I can, but we can't have our cake and eat it as well. I think, as I said last night, you boys, there's been a number of times over the years that we've moaned about. We've had a player that's been a yard onside, and the flag's been put up for offside. So VAR's been put in to deal with that. If he is kind of 2, 3, 4 yards offside, then by all means be sensible about it and put the flag up. I've not seen the playback for last night, so I don't know how far it was the guy was offside. But if he's within a yard, I think that's why VAR's been put in. That's why the rules are there. It's there to kind of make sure the game is fair. So, as I say, I don't think we can have our cake and eat it. I think we need to realise that these rules are kind of helping the game as well. But you need to be sensible with them. If it's blatantly offside, and everybody in your ante can see that it's offside, then put the flag up. But if it is one of the kind of borderline ones within a yard or so, then for me, I think it's the correct decision for the play to kind of go on. Because for us, if we had a man that was offside, VAR's there, and the linesman put up his flag because it was a close call, then we'd be the first ones on here kind of absolutely raging that we've had a perfectly good goal kind of chopped off, or a perfectly good opportunity. So I think you need to be sensible with it. I think that's probably the best thing about it. If somebody sees that it's blatantly offside, if it's more than a yard offside, then put the flag up. If not, I think the rules, that it's there, and I think this probably should be there.
Yeah, I think Alan makes a good point there, Ryan, in terms of the VAR itself, because we were all, before VAR came in, we were all shouting about we needed something to help the referees. The refs weren't making the right decisions, and this was the problem. To add to the, to the negative part of Kasper being injured, the goal actually stood. So the play continued to be checked by VAR. The goal was then actually given. But on the downside of that is what we would call top goalkeeper is now borderline probably going to miss several games, mate. I
agree with Alan. If it's very short, you don't know if it is offside or it's a possibility it's no offside, then let it go a wee bit and then stop play, check it, and then go from there. That's fine. But there's times in games where it's been on 20, 25 seconds later, and then they've put the flag up. That's nonsense. It's when you know it's offside. There's games I've all been at and seen on TV where it's 3-4 yards blatantly offside, and they've continued it, and then they've put a flag up. It only takes somebody who's maybe a quick player, pull a hamstring, pull their quad, break their ankle because of running speed. It's going to happen. It happened to Kasper, but it's going to happen to Idah, or it's going to happen to Idah or Jota when they're running full pelt, offside, but it's no offside, or it's maybe that wee inch. Fair enough, but see when it's 3 or 4 yards and you know it's off, just put the flag up. Sometimes the rules I know the rules are there, but let's be fair, rules are right to be broken sometimes, right? That's the way life is. We all don't abide by rules in our life, right? Because if we did, then life wouldn't be the same, right? See if the linesman knows it's offside, put your flag up, mate, and then deal with the consequences after it, right? Listen, you done that too early, that's fine, but it's maybe saving somebody for a career-end injury or a ham injury. I watched a podcast actually last night, 2 nights ago, by Charlie Austin. He said the same. It's going to cause an injury with all this waiting to phase a play. And see all this as well when they're checking for penalties and free kicks and whatever else. When did they stop it? Because I thought there was a timeline where they could then go back and check it.
There's only 3. There's per check, Ryan. There's like 3. there's 3 different points of the play they've got to
Because
check.
I thought it was like 30 seconds, and then you had to bring it back. And then if no, you had to let it go. Because see, after a certain amount of time, that play's done. Penalty or no, or goal kick or whatever it is, it's gone. Like, play it on. Like, don't go back and check it 45 seconds later.
Here it's 45 seconds. They're not allowed to go back after that. It's 45 seconds
I'm the same as Toby. They have
If we're absolutely bombarding a goal, then you can see why they're not bringing it back at that precise point.
I get it, Aaron, but see if something's if as soon as if it's a penalty or it's not a penalty, the play should be stopped. Check it. Why are you waiting till 45 seconds later when another team could have scored or other team something could have happened, an injury could have happened again, and then you need to go back and check it again. For me, if I played football now, lads, I don't think I could play now. I don't think I could. I think I'd get frustrated. I'd moan all the time, which I've done anyway. But I'd be even worse. I don't think I could play now. The rules are changing too much. It's just I probably could tell you half the rules now if I played. But I'm being honest, because they're getting changed every so often. Every year they're getting changed. The handball rule. If it's handball, it's handball. That's it. It's just because it has your hand doesn't mean it's a handball. But that's another conversation. But I don't know what your opinion on it is, JP, but I've got to change it to help. For me, the referees are too independent now on VAR, and they're not doing their job on the park. They're waiting. They're scared to make decisions and no go against the VAR. And the VAR's only brought in to help them. It's no one to make decisions for them.
The game's being refereed off the pitch now. The game's not even been refereed on the pitch. But John, obviously touching on Kasper Schmeichel, going into Saturday, we've got Hearts at Tynecastle. What's your thoughts on Kasper being injured? Are you worried, or do you think Sinisalo could come in and take his place?
Is the game no at Celtic Park?
That's what I'm just saying.
Yeah, I Celtic Park.
You said Tynecastle.
Did I?
That's that milk. That's that milk.
You've got something in that milk.
That's a pina. What would you call it? A pina colada he's drinking it?
A white Russian.
A white Russian,
aye. And then he's having some milk. He's waiting at the guy chopping his door.
The whole bottle of vodka in there.
Aye.
See if you look at the milk closest to the door.
Definitely no a milkshake anyway.
I'd cancel my own milk.
It's not a milkshake. That's what happened, by the way, with the guy next door.
Oh, what happened there? Oh, is that a different story?
No, that's a different story, aye. He's not into letters and he's not into papers.
No, Aye, and we Chris the postman.
Getting Chris, the community postman.
The community postman, aye.
Take a second, Chris, and assess this situation and tell us all, in fact, what is wrong here.
Park the sky.
Park in the sky, aye. Oh, Ronnie.
Oh, can he does he read papers?
He's not into milk. It's not maroon, by the way. For anybody that thinks I'm wearing maroon, it's not. It's just the colour of the lighting in this house. It's not maroon. It's red.
Red.
It must just shine up differently in this kind of light, but it's definitely a red. It's a red top.
Maroon's
I wouldn't have bought it. I would. That is a funny. It's a kind of. What would you say? I don't know. What's the kind of technical name for it? Just slightly off red, but it is red. It's definitely red. I wouldn't have bought it if it was maroon.
Auburn.
Aye.
But
you were talking about Schmeichel. I don't think he's going to make. I don't see him making the game.
No, not a chance. I said that to Ryan last night. There's no way he's making Saturday.
The boy Sinisalo will probably come in there. I don't have any fears with Sinisalo coming in, because I think he's been, you know what I mean, working hard in the background. And I think the last game he played, I think Celtic won 5-0, did they not?
Raith Rovers, wasn't it? Is that right?
Was it Raith Rovers, aye.
No, we get beat.
So, did we get beat, did we?
Sorry, no. I'm not paying attention again. The last game he played, we won 5-0, aye.
Aye,
Sorry.
aye.
I
The
thought
last
you
game
says
he
the last game we played, we beat Rafe. I was like, no, we get beat.
No,
All right,
I'm
it's fine.
saying the last game he played, I think we won 5-0.
Yeah.
So he kept a clean sheet there. So, but I don't have any fears with the boy coming in, because I think he's not a bad goalkeeper. I think he's a good young goalkeeper, and he's got a lot to prove. So, maybe it's time he gets a wee run it, gets a chance.
Yeah, I mean,
the last game, Schmeichel, I mean, and the derby, I mean, Schmeichel was woeful. I mean, we can all agree on that one. So maybe it's time that Kasper needs a wee rest and bring this boy in. See what he's made of.
He definitely has played a lot of football, hasn't he, Schmeichel? And I think with your dad, Ryan, your dad bringing in that video as well, just he's hardly the rest, and he's been playing internationally as well. And it must be taking its toll on him because he is slightly older now. Now I know goalkeepers probably get away with it more than outfield players do, but the workload that's involved with what he's doing and playing at the top level, and he's captain his country as well. And he's played every game in the Champions League for Celtic this season as well. So it must be taking its toll on him, mate. And not only that injury last night, as John says, that's not something he's just going to go, oh, I'm a right now, I'm fine to go on Saturday. Not a chance. There's no way he's going to play on Saturday night. Unless
it's no serious as we think, and it's just a precautionary, can't see it. I agree with John there that Sinisalo has got a lot to prove because we've not seen him. We can't see he's poor, we can't see he's good, we can't see he's brilliant. We just know that he's obviously highly regarded. The Rodgers bring them in. The plan is obviously for him to be under the stewardship of Schmeichel, see how he is, and if he's good enough to be number one when he goes, or good enough to play him out of games, then he'll get a chance. So he's got to get games at some point because it's all right training with these guys, but if you're not playing football, you'll be rusty. So this is a chance for him now to come in and put his name out there to the fans and put yourself to a manager. Listen, I know Schmeichel's your number one, but I'm here to challenge if I can. So he's got a good opportunity now if Schmeichel is out for a while. And I agree with yourself, John. I thought the last few weeks I've seen wee mistakes for Kasper Schmeichel, even though he's been saving us. But he's been doing things that's uncharacteristic. He's been trying to throw things too quick at the wrong time. His kick-outs, distribution's been a bit off. It's still been like Kasper. Well, that's due to burnt out. Well, no, it's due to maybe us need to manage him. And the odd game he's got to get a break. I don't know how you work it, but he wasn't great last night for Denmark either in certain instances. So it's not just for us he's been poor. The Denmark fans were getting off him nut on Twitter with him yesterday. So it's not just us that are saying that. So, but listen, you can't credit him too much. He's been amazing for us since he's come in. His leadership, his majority season, his distribution, he's saved us so many games. So, but I do think that Brendan, I don't know what you feel on this, lads, but Brendan will probably, in my opinion, he'll need to decide in the summer if Sinisalo's up to it to be number one or be able to be number one, because the older Schmeichel gets, the more mistakes he's going to make, the slower he's going to get, and that's the way it's going to go. So you're going to have somebody that's going to be able to come in and make an impact right away as a number one. So Brendan will need to, in my opinion, in the pre-season, he'll probably tell you if Sinisalo's able, to him anyway, if he's able to step up, because can we really wait another 2 years to get a number one to help Schmeichel or somebody to come in? Because we need to start planning for that. So if that is a plan, Sinisalo's to be the number one, we need to see him. Because we've not seen him.
I thought Sinisalo was finished, but he's only early 20s.
Oh, Jesus, man. You get back on the booze and all, man.
That's an old one, that.
Jesus Christ, man.
Auntie Jamie.
Take my Porter, didn't he like use it, man?
No.
Oh, Jesus.
Anthony,
that one up for Alan.
That was the old one with Auntie Jamie, wasn't it?
I was on the radio thing, wasn't it?
I think it was at Real Radio.
I think so.
Real Radio phone on or something, wasn't it?
Aye, Ruffy and that other character, what's his name? How many used to be on it with him?
Ewan Cameron.
Ewan Cameron, big Hearts fan.
Aye, well, he says he's a Hearts fan.
Oh, well, that's what I mean.
He says he's a Hearts fan, but we'll leave it at that.
Well, I'll
John.
leave it there.
John, obviously, just before we let you on, because obviously we've got other callers coming in tonight. Your thoughts on, obviously, Idah scoring the winning goal for the ROI last night as well?
Pleased for him. Pleased for the big man. Back to scoring ways. Maybe that'll kind of cheer him up a wee bit. No, I'm pleased for him. Listen, as a player there, I keep telling you that. And I'm glad he's come on and scored for his country. And that'll give him a bit of confidence, I think. Knowing that he's back there, you know what I mean? And I'm not sure if he'll be starting on Saturday or whatever, but when he does come on, he'll be full of, you know, I'll get the goals, you know what I mean? But aye, no, I'm pleased for the big man.
Yeah, no, 100%. I'm a big Idah fan. I have been for the day we got him. So even when he came on loan initially, so every time he scores, I like to see it. By the way, it was a great. I don't know if any of you have seen the goal, have you? It was a great finish. A very good finish, man. It was a picture finish. But John, thanks very much for taking the time with us tonight.
Brilliant being on again, lads.
Cheers, John.
Cheers,
Take care, mate.
Take care.
Cheers, mate.
Bye-bye. Hail.
Bye-bye. Thank you to John and our first caller of the Monday dialing. Me comment there, Alan, saying you have to go back to Tenerife, mate, with the jokes.
Take RWW, I know. Bite my tongue the whole time, man. I got the head for this.
Tell me if you want, but
I don't know.
I think I'll miss him too much if you do.
I'm just missing him.
Thank you very much, sir.
Right away.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
He obviously came up with when he does his celebration as well. He came up with see the
only thing I don't like. See the only thing I don't like about him, and sometimes just do your talk on the park. If you score goals, but don't come out and say I done that to shut people up. I don't like that stuff. Say that inside, but
how do you think he feels?
But that's part and parcel of the job, though. It shouldn't be, but it is. If you're not playing well, you're not scoring goals, or you're not contributing, or whatever it is, the situation
does he have a right to respond, though? I think that's my question.
He's got a right to respond, but the way to respond is by scoring goals and playing well.
Read the room. Read
the room. Listen, I get what he's saying. Look, see if I was a player, and again, I might know the circumstances. Like, just say, I don't know, who's at Celtic? Darovsky, right? I don't know why he's not playing. There could be reasons why he's not good enough, or it could be anything, right? But then we're saying online he's this and that, and he could come out and go, what he's talking about? Like, you just don't know this. So we don't know the situation, we don't know anybody. So there's certain ways of what you say to people. I get the best thing for any football player, if you want to shut people up, is just play well. Knuckle down and do well. And listen, he's got attributes to do it. He's just unfortunate that obviously the wee man left. He's obviously had it, and we all had it in the mind that he was going to be the number 9 to go and show his stuff and go score the goals. Obviously, Maeda's there now, and it's obviously unfortunate for either that Maeda's come in, and it's unless Maeda gets moved out wide, very rarely is he going to no play him. But I actually think Idah might play it Saturday. There you go.
Here's you getting moved out wide, wee man, because our second caller is ready to come on board with us. And as a debutant to this channel, so ladies and gents, please welcome, it's Toby from East End Community Radio. Good evening, mate.
Evening, JP. Apologies, I should have said hi to you first. I wouldn't say hello because I do too many of them.
No, you're not allowed to say hello more than twice on this channel.
That's it. The
channel, that's it.
The only place you can get a tans, they can't get a tans the pub, so that's where they've been all week. By the looks of
it. Just a bit, mate.
Good stuff.
How are you, mate? All right?
I know, got away for 2 weeks and come back like a face like a bowl of icicles.
Well, Scottish, I mean, you can't get a tan.
Listen, I'm exactly going to Vegas this year for a convention, and I'll come back later than I went. You know what I mean?
Here's one for you, by the way. Me Darren was Tenerife, man, honestly. Well, we're a group of guys, and the guy thought the convention was in Costa Rica.
Costa Rica.
He was adamant. He was adamant, and we're like, no, it's in Costa Rica.
For a few years. A guy's from Belfast, right?
I've just got a flashback for that, Toby.
Oh,
brilliant.
Certain it was in Costa Rica.
He was adamant. He's like, no, it's in Costa Rica.
No. He's like, no, it's in Costa Rica.
Somebody's giving fake tickets to the convention in Costa Rica.
He's booked his flights and everything, man. That poor guy, man. You've just shattered his dreams.
Oh, man. I was silent for 15
By the way, he's booked
man.
tickets for ayahuasca. It's no, he thinks he's got the Celtic convention. he's gone to a Roman temple, man, to pray for 2 weeks. Brilliant. Toby, how you doing, mate? It's good to get you on and good to get you with us. Obviously, the lads earlier, John, my first caller, we were chatting about the Kasper Schmeichel injury last night. I don't know if you've seen it, mate. I don't know if you've seen the incident or.
No, I'm pretty much. I'm like you. I'm Scottish through and through, mate. Born in St Andrews Day, so I need to be. But I cannot stand international football.
Right.
The fact that I'm fearful that our players go away and get injured, as has happened. And you always think it's good that the ones that are on there, where you can get a wee break, you can get a bit of team bonding, they do a wee bit of light training and keep ticking there. But I'm always fearful of players, especially somebody like Schmeichel's been. Obviously, I'm not a big fan, to be honest, boys, to be honest. I thought he was dire at the Derby game. And if anybody knows where I sit, you'd have probably seen me in the telly up shouting and bawling at him to the point where he was walking back at 2 and he sees me shouting at him. And that's not me, mate. Even my uncle said, why were you doing that? That's not you, because I was irate, because he's a better goalie than that. And he put himself in some situations that he shouldn't need to. And we're putting him in the positions we're playing the ball back stupidly across the back 4. But I am just fearful that he's going to be out for a period of time. But listen, Sinisalo either sinks or swim. And I remember, obviously, you said, you'll end up with Bain in. I remember when Bain came in, I was like, oh my God, threw in at Ibrox and done really well. But it's a different thing. He's been sitting at that bench that long. He's got scales in his arse, Bain. He should be up the road. But listen, if somebody's going to sit there and get paid, like the Man City guy, Carson, he's won 2 European Cups, 5 league titles or something, and he's not played more than 35 minutes for fucking 7 seasons he's been here, and he's on something like 4 million a year or something, so you're not going to knock it back. But I was just fearful when you said it there. I didn't really see it, but you were describing it, JP, as, oh my God, it sounds like he's going to be out for a period of time. So now the wee man needs to step in, and he is finished, but only at 21. He's not that finished, so definitely going to be there for hopefully for the future.
You say that, Toby, come on.
He'll make the number 1 spot he's in, but 5-0 was his last outing for us, and long may that continue when the boy comes in. You know what I mean? But I'm just glad that Schmeichel seems to be wrong the injury. And it probably came at a good wee break for us as well. Nobody wants to go away for a derby and have 2 weeks off or 2 games missed. You know what I mean? You want to be hit, as you say, you want to hit back into there, get on the winning way again. But maybe give the players a wee bit of time to think, regroup, calm, to sit down with him, get his injury gets out the way. A couple of other players maybe picked up niggle injuries, gives him time to get back as well. And know what, the boys will be champing at the bit to get back in that pitch, put down a marker and say to Hearts, listen, this is what you're up against again. You're not, we just had a wee dip in form. And that's it. I still believe there's a team that they're going to get scalped 6, 7, 8 half years, by the way. I do believe that.
Yeah. Listen, I totally agree with you, Toby. Alan, Toby's bang on. I thought Kasper was poor in the derby. Actually, where I sit, if anybody knows, I was going off my nut with him as well for other reasons, because he was playing passes that were never there. Look the one he gives to Tierney. I don't know what's in his head. I do not know what's in his head. He was playing passes all day in that first half, and it was just inviting humongous amounts of pressure on us. He's also rooted to his line as well, which annoys me. He came out a couple of times for Denmark last night, albeit, Ryan, he might have you saying he chose the wrong thing to do and whatnot. He wouldn't even do that in the derby. He wasn't coming to do that in the derby. So, in my opinion, Alan, that invited a lot of pressure on the team. But as Toby says as well, a lot of the players didn't help themselves because they were getting back to him with the ball.
And do you remember the OG in Europe?
So I sit there
behind the goal, right, and he's shouting out to them, give me it here, he's shouting, but Vickers isn't for some reason switched on. And I'm shouting, get back in your goal. I mean, people looking as if you're daft. Next minute, Vickers just plays it back to where he thinks Schmeichel usually is, as you say, JP. He's rooted to that. He's on that line, or he's 2-3 feet half it, and that. He doesn't venture much really until the ball's up by the end of the pitch. Then he'll walk to the edge of the box and then come back. But sometimes it's a pure bomb scare, man, and it's just we should have learned for that night not to be as gun ho at the back, but blasé, and as if he's because to me, I know I think he's a great goalie, right? But he doesn't fill me with confidence sometimes. And see, looking at him, JP, he's on par with me and you, mate. He could be doing missing a couple of meals and getting to the gym. No, I mean, it's like we're big boys and we play fives because we love it. He's a professional football player. He's getting paid for it. Be in the best shape he can be.
No,
he's got
100%.
in the bank. I think he's played well for the majority of this season. Whether he's been
played a lot of
tested to
football,
that degree. What? He's played a lot
of football though as well, hasn't he?
That was my question when he first signed.
But just on that, mate, Joe Hart played 54 games his first season, 50 his second, and 49 his third. Now, I got them because I heard you saying that Aaron's played a lot of games. He's not played anywhere near what Joe Hart played this season.
You know that Joe Hart was probably about 4 or 5 years younger when he started his Celtic career, I think.
Just his last season there.
Even at that, I think Joe Hart was 36 when he retired, was it? And Kasper was 39 now.
Seriously?
Sorry. What?
I don't know. I thought they
were
pretty
sure. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty
sure Kasper's 38, 39.
And I'm sure Joe Hart retired. I think it was 36 match. Whether I'm just.
I know what you're saying. You're just saying, obviously, that's it.
You knew he was a top class goalkeeper. You knew his experience that he had. You knew that. But
Kasper's 38. He turns 39 on the 5th of November.
So remember.
Yeah.
So I think when you're looking at any player, whatever position they get, you're looking at anybody that gets older, not even a football player, your reaction time kind of starts to deteriorate, shall we say. So that's why a lot of players maybe kind of go past that kind of 40 kind of years of age. 38, what is his title? Well, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I wouldn't want to get too down with Kasper. In my personal opinion, I think he's done pretty well for the majority of the season. There has been games that we'll say he's kind of saved us a few times in Europe, especially as well. There is that own goal. Obviously,
it's not just about his goalkeeping either. It's not just about his goalkeeping. He brings a lot of knowledge and influence as well. Now you see him talking. You've seen him like when McGregor wasn't playing. Like he would come out and he'd get the team together after we lost a goal, things like that, and try to regroup, and that's invaluable as well. To have somebody with that experience, and he's no scared to tell the players in front of him all that. Even he's held his hand up and a couple of mistakes, so you've got to say that. But I totally agree with you, mate. I'm not dissing him saying get rid of him or whatever that, but he's been good for us. He has been good for us, mate.
He has to get back up to the standard. I get what you're saying, Toby. He has to get back up to the standard that he was shown kind of earlier in the season. I think he has maybe dropped off in the last few games. I don't know if that's kind of lack of concentration or kind of being a bit blasé, as I think it's been mentioned. But I definitely think he has to get back to that level that he's shown. As I say, in my personal opinion, he has got that wee bit of credit in the bank. Like you say, there's a few players that I would say that's got that within Celtic. The rest of them, I think you would go figure out right now. But I think especially Kasper, you've seen him a high percentage of this season. I think he's played exceptionally well. But it just so happens the last couple of games he's not really been shown what he's capable of.
I think what JP said earlier, we've got one league, the cup's in the bag. We've already got that one, so we've got credit there. The league's practically ours to throw away. It's only us that can lose it, right? So realistically now, we're talking about all eyes and all your attitude should be focused on. As soon as you've done that league, you're right onto the Scottish Cup. So you're looking at the next game. So when we go to play St Johnstone, that's everything is about that. It's all about just getting to that next round, getting to that semi-final, and then taking it for there one game at a time. But our ultimate goal this season for me is the treble again. We're the only team that can win it. We're the only team that can lose it. And ultimately, we're the only team that can lose it for ourselves. And that's by no taking the game seriously enough and maybe no starting and coming out the traps the way we should. And that comes for every aspect, for the goalie, the defenders, right through the team. And the manager as well to that is going to take ownership and leadership as well. We know that when the players go in that part, there's not really much Brendan can do to change it or influence it.
Yeah.
But then when it needs change, you need change. I mean, you're all sat there, you'll all watch it yourself, you'll all see it. There's points in games where you go, oh my God, is he not saying we need change? We need change, But is it down to him being like stubborn that I'm not going to change it, or I'm not wanting to put a player on the new? And I think we're really, some of your decisions and choices and opportunities that we've got is amazing when we come off the bench. A lot of people are saying, not really get strong now. Bernardo's out, McGregor's out, Forrester's out, he's still to come back. Last time he came back at the tail end of last season, that gave us a new lease of life. It was like a new player. And it just spurred us on to win that league. So hopefully that happens as well. Hopefully Kuhn gets a wee bit of form back, saving a wee bit of stick. To be fair, I'm glad he's taking a bit of stick, because it means that Greg Taylor, who I love to hate sometimes, is stopped getting stick. And then when Jamesy comes back, the two of them will stop getting stick, because we Jamesy will play a bad game and we'll give him stick. So listen, it's going to be a good season this year, and I'm sure you'll be there for the whole ride, boys, and then we'll all be doing the Grills against Celtic.
I just think it's going to be better.
Sorry, Ryan, I was just going to say to you, as Toby says here with Brendan, sometimes whether he changes it, whether he doesn't. My personal opinion on it is I think he's just faithful to the guys, because he must have belief in the guys that they can actually change what's going on in the park. So Brendan must trust their football and IQ enough to go, they know they've been there before, these guys are winners, they know what they're doing, and they can then change it themselves. Sometimes it just doesn't go that way for you. Sometimes you need that spark, because in my opinion, I thought Yang changed the game for us in the derby. I know we get beat 3-2, but we couldn't play through him until he came on. And then it was all one-touch passing. When it was as if he was a spark to that sort of type of play that day, because he brought McCown into the game, I know. As soon as McCown couldn't get moving, as soon as that ball right in, boom, attack scores. That's one of the first moves Yang made when he came on the park. And there was another couple like that could have led to goals.
Hopefully his missus is here till the end of the season.
That's what I was just thinking there, Toby, because we're a shoe in definitely for a treble, mate, if that's the case.
I don't believe so, Yang, then game's a ball game, boys, I'm telling you, man.
But the thing is, Alan, you've got to have belief, mate. You've got to have belief of it, but he's now, you've got to look at the windows he's doing it in, mate. Some of these guys have played all season. And some of them are, I think one of the comments earlier there in the comment section says some of the team have dropped off. Yang seems to be getting better. He's not dropping off. He's shown improvement.
But see as well as well, see when you come on as a sub, it's easier to look good as well, remember. Now, mostly you don't doing good, but see when you come on fresh, full energy, you're playing teams that are tired, so you're going to look better. You should be looking better.
Maybe he's an impact player.
I said that, Toby, on here a few weeks ago. I've said to Aaron JP personally, I think he's a guy who, well, every guy wants to play football, but I think he's better off the bench. When he starts, he takes my white into games and then doesn't he buy a man, the fans on his back, but when he comes on, it's like, go and win the game or go and do something. But yeah, I thought the derby game, Aaron will tell you, I was going to have my nut with the team. I was really angry. I was like, this isn't a Celtic team. What are we doing? As you say, Toby, managers can only do what's on the park, but he sets the team out. He'll tell Kasper to play it short, pass it long, whatever. That's all in the game plan, right? Why? I know it's the way that we're set up, but you don't need to play for the back. I don't know if it's got Guardiola's done this to football, and it does man nothing. Mm-hmm. You do not need to play for the back, get every opportunity. See when you're in trouble, get the ball long. Get the ball long. Get the ball long, because there was times where he was trying to play it short when like you say, JP Allen, Toby, the ball wasn't on. Get the ball in the corner and get us up the park, because that's good. I know it's coming from the manager, but see when you're on the park, whatever the manager's told you beforehand, you take it on, but you're playing. So if you can see that that's not on and you're going to be in trouble, boot it long. I think with Kasper and the majority of the team, for me, it's complacency. And me, be honest with you, I don't like it. Doesn't matter how far away you are in the league. You can draw and you can get a defeat here and there. But complacency at Celtic can't happen. You can lose the odd game, you can lose a derby game. But that first half performance it looked like it just turned up for a game. It's just Rangers at home. We'll beat them. That's the way. And then I think at half time he's went, this doesn't happen here. But when you go to 2 each, you should not be losing that game. That was what annoyed me. When you get to 2 each, either see the game out, don't lose it. If you get a draw, I think we'd all been happy with a draw. Do you know what? Bad start, few mistakes. The Rovsky came in every fucking a while, done all right. some subs from like you say, Jan played well, came on, 2 each, undefeated, no defeated, but no draw, still ahead, 16 brilliant. But then when you lose it like that, it's a bit of kick in the chuckies, isn't it, really? But
people start saying as well that's two games now.
well, that's what I say. Aye,
I know people say it's a
Right,
rubber. I don't think there's anything as a derby deed rubber.
Ah,
Because I might have been
never.
about tiddlywinks,
never.
tots.
Aye,
If
never
somebody's
told us.
playing in a pub with a pool, playing pool, and I've got a Celtic tap, he's got a Rangers tap, I want to beat him. You know what I mean?
100%.
Don't beat him up, just beat him at the pool.
Aye.
Right?
Head ahead with a queue.
So I just said, don't beat him up, just beat him at the pool. But you don't want to lose to your so-called rivals or whatever it might well be, and especially over the first game back where they had 2,500 in the ground. And listen to whatever they were spouting and all that, know what I mean? But we move on, boys, and we look forward to the team getting back tail on track, winning wise, and then cementing that again, going out. And as I still say, I think we're due to beat somebody quite a bit coming to the end of the season.
I agree.
Yeah, 100%, mate. Toby, listen, some man for coming on and
Not a problem, boys.
some man for coming on and chatting with us,
Cheers
mate.
again, Toby. Cheers, mate. Take care.
Mate.
Cheers,
Have a
mate.
good night.
Take it easy, mate. Okay.
Bye, mate. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah,
Bye-bye, mate. Good man, Toby. Aye, listen, it's all right being, I get where Toby's coming for there, lads, in terms of, with the Kasper thing, because it frustrated the life out of me in the derby. He invited the bulk of the pressure just with him, just his passing and his decision-making in moments. Now, if he was cleaner, lying, as you say, up the park, don't try and get across the field when somebody's pressing one of our guys, when you think he's got bags of room. Go up the pitch. Instead of that, he plays it in. Cherny nearly scores now. A great tackle from Nawrocki to stop the goal. I mean, all right, Cherny's not got a right peg, and if he did have, we'd have been in trouble, I think. But there's disappointment there, I know, with the other players. You look at Kuhn. That's probably the worst I've seen him since he's signed. Alistair Johnston. Probably the worst I've seen him since he's signed. I mean, that one for the third goal, CCV ducks under it, and Johnston falls in his arse. You're like, but we doing? Like, come on, that never happened. That never ever happens to us any other game. Only that day it happens. But it's time now. Time has kind of went on a wee bit. I do apologise for the lateness of this one. But it is our third and final caller of this evening. We will call him for the VAR room. How we doing, mate?
How you doing, Scott? All right? How you doing, mate?
Yeah, pleased to meet you, Alan, Ryan. Legend.
You too, mate. Hope you're well.
Yeah, all good, mate. All good.
Well, we're just killing time to go here, Scott.
I've been watching.
Brilliant.
So what's your thoughts then on what's happened with what the lads have been chatting about tonight, mate, in terms of Kasper and what's been... Did you see his injury? Did you see it happening to him?
No, I've only found out about that after what I've not really been on Twitter and that today. Really, I've only just found out really that he's out. Mm-hmm. But as long as Scott Bain's not playing, Jesus, I'd have any one of us in nets ahead of him.
Johnny Gould signing a short term deal, isn't he?
Aye. A backup to Tony Warner.
The thought of him in the sticks after that game at Hibs last season gives me the fear.
Big Doris back and goals.
I can remember that, Scott. I was actually flying. I was travelling to Newcastle, so I watched it on my phone. I was like, why is Scott Bain playing? And then I seen the mistakes. I've like, that's why he's not playing. It's basic. Now, again, I don't want to criticise players because they played at a level that I didn't. But a goalkeeper at that level should be not doing the mistakes that obviously. And that's why he's not played. Obviously, he's making mistakes in training as well, and that's why he's. I think we all know Scott Bain's no up to playing with Celtic, number one. We all know that.
I honestly think I could conduct brain surgery better than he could conduct goalkeeping. Honestly, that's how much of a fright he gives me, man.
Oh Jesus! No, we weren't even meant to be signing him.
Who?
Did he not sign for Hibs?
It was met with Trevor Carson,
he had signed for Hibs. He turned up at Celtic with his Hibs trackie on for
Yeah,
Christ's sake to do his
remember.
He's
medical.
on loan at Hibs for Dundee or something, wasn't he?
It was met with Trevor Carson, and
We tried to get Trevor
I
Carson.
don't know if it was Celtic he'd done the medical, but whatever reason it didn't happen. And I think after he didn't sign with Celtic, I don't know exactly what disease he got. Something, is it blood clots or something that he got? He's back playing now, obviously. But I think he says it open goal. I don't know if St Mirren Motherwell didn't accept the bid. I don't know the reason why he didn't go, but he basically says that he was ready to go to Celtic, and for whatever reason it didn't happen. And I think you can see when he was talking about it, he was a bit, well, fuck, I went to Celtic, probably an extra $4-5 a week, playing with his team of support, and I think that. But and then I think we get Scott Bain due to that. I think so.
Yeah.
Scott, what's your thoughts on Kasper potentially being out? Are you worried about it, mate?
Well, I've not seen much of the other lad. I'm trying to think what game. What game did he play in? The Raith Rovers game?
Raith Rovers, wasn't it?
I don't know, but Kasper had a shocker in the Derby game. But according to some, he had a shocker last night for Denmark. But did he not save a penalty?
Yeah, he saved Ronaldo's penalty. Yeah,
He conceded
But I've not seen him, Alan.
I know, I think he done well to start with, I think the boys were saying, but I've seen the highlights of the last 2 goals, and they could be construed as questionable, shall we say. I think that's probably the nicest way to say it possible. But Scotland have got them now in the World Cup, haven't we?
Mm-hmm.
Aye.
He's not
Denmark. I was between Denmark and Portugal. It's Denmark we've got now.
Yeah, he's not going to have many shots to save against us, is he?
No.
No, mate.
Brutal.
No.
Nobody teammate played last night, that's for sure.
Hey, could you imagine if he got our job? And he was linked with our job, wasn't he, Clark?
Oh, no,
Aye,
he's too defensive.
Shocker.
Oscar would definitely run out of bleach.
I know.
Buying it in bulk.
I know.
I'd
Be
need to.
making a trip to Costco.
Left.
Me man's alright now because Big Scales, he's broke his cheekbone, needs an operation, and me man's been able to chill out. That's how he's able to go to Tenerife and relax.
I've actually been able to clean my cupboard out that now.
Is he still in the cupboard?
He's not. That's what I'm saying, Scott. I've actually been able to clean
That's
it.
how he broke his arm.
That's how he broke his cheekbone. He was trying to get out, and he shorted on them and flicked
in there, Lee Murray.
flicked his neck on the door. Smacked his face. Obviously, we've got Hearts at the weekend, mate. So, what's your thoughts on that, Scott?
Yeah, we want to give them a good scudding. Yeah, we need to get, as like Ryan said before, I said it last week. You want to, after that game, you want a game in the next few days after. We've had to sweat on that one now, haven't we? So I'm glad it's them we're playing. I'm glad it's like a bigger game to get us back into it, and hopefully we can take it out on them. Hopefully.
Aye, Ryan. Obviously, your thoughts on that, mate?
No, I think Scott's right. I agree with Toby as well. I think our team's due a real proper performance, and I think it could be Saturday's a prime time to do it. Hearts will come with a game plan. They're obviously trying to finish third as well, and try to get in Europe as well and finish third. So they've been better under Neil Critchley recently. So listen, it's not going to be a gimme. But I think, like Scott says there, if you go and give him a right drubbing, again, it puts out another statement saying, listen, you can beat us a 1.5 game, a closer matter, but it shows you as well the mental strength and the character of the team. If you do then go up to Celtic Park and walk away with a good performance, and I do believe we will. I don't see why no. I think that's maybe, I'm hoping that's a bad, listen, every team's due a bad performance and a bad game. It happens, you can't play well every game. Hopefully that's a bad performance out the window now. And then for the rest of the season, we can continue slowly ticking the games off. And like Toby says, we've got Toby's right as well. It's down to us what we lose and what we win this season. And that's no disrespect to them across the map. No respect them, but no disrespect to any other team in the league. You can try, you can do whatever you can. It's down to us whether we win or we lose, because we're the best team. We've got the best manager, we've got everything going for us on the park in terms of quality and ability and everything else. it's down to us. No matter what any team does to us, what their game plan is, it's what we do. So I agree with Toby. I don't normally say these things, but because Brendan Rodgers has kind of made it the norm, it's probably going to be our lot. It's down to us not to win the treble. You've got everything in your favour, like you say, JP. You've got a good draw against St Johnstone. Is their mind going to be on the relegation battle? Who knows? I know it's a semi-final. They might get to a final, but you don't know whether he's going to be at. So for me, JP, I think Scott's right there. It could be hopefully a good performance, and I don't want to say the fans are owed it, but I think the fans are due a good performance after that, because I think the first half was a letdown in the first half, and then getting back to 2 each and no winning, it's a bit of a kick the stomach. So hopefully we'll get a good performance on Saturday, and obviously the results the main thing, but a good performance would add to that, mate.
Yeah, losing a game at home isn't ideal for us at all, Ryan, in my opinion. I don't think when you lose to anybody, not a derby. I mean, a derby's possible. You can lose in derbies. That's the thing with derbies. You're never going to win them all. That's why it's a rivalry. Doesn't matter if Rangers are second, first or 10th. They're still eventually going to beat you and win. You know, that's so many games. The good thing for us is we've been very dominant in the fixture over the past decade or so. But it's no nice to lose when you lose them, and it's not, especially at home, and it doesn't happen very often. So, Alan, obviously, as the lads were saying there, the Hearts game, mate, it's an ideal chance for us to bounce back.
It is indeed, but we keep saying that we're due a kind of performance, but there's only so long you can keep saying that without it kind of being the reality that we'll know exactly kind of hitting our top form. You look at the Rangers games, we kind of keep saying that it's kind of one-off performances or one-off. That's the last 3 games we can't beat them in 90 minutes. So I think Brendan will know better than us. We know we kind of a few guys talking on a football podcast. I've said before, Brendan will know better than us what he needs for the players. He needs better for the players, whether he needs better recruitment in regards to the squad, etc. But we can't be complacent and naive when it comes to Hearts. I remember a few weeks ago, but I remember we all kind of had an eye on it. And Rangers beat them 3-1, but Hearts probably should have won the game. Hearts were all of them, I think, weren't they?
Hearts.
So I think obviously it's always an intense atmosphere when you go to Tynecastle. It's never an easy game, so we just need to make sure, as your guy says, we need to make sure we're at the top of our game. It's always been my opinion, if we play at the top level that we're capable of and our players are turning up, then 9 times out of 10 we're going to win games domestically. But it's just been the issue that we've not really been turning up kind of most of the season, and we're still kind of that far ahead. So we've said a number of times, we can't be complacent now. We need to make sure that we are getting the best of our ability. Has that been shown on a regular basis so far this season? Possibly no. Are we capable of better? Probably. And you look, we've lost to the derby games. So we've relied on our domestic form on regards to beating the other teams, and maybe our so-called rivals, them kind of dropping points to the other domestic teams as well. So we're in a fantastic position when you look at the season overall. You're looking at kind of the cup in the bag, ahead in the league and in the semi-final of the cup. So we can't be too down about that. But the question I'd be asking is, are we playing at the level that the players are capable of? And for me, I don't think they are. I think they're capable of better when they're shown just now. Let's hope that improves.
Yeah, 100%. Scott, obviously yourself, mate. Just before we obviously let you go, mate. Overall, have you been happy this season with what you've saw?
Well, yeah. Obviously, apart from the derby games, the last couple of derby, like Alan said, the 3 derby games. But yeah, we're pretty. Europe's been a big plus on it this year, and I mean, we're all like, it's like we're like down, but we're going to win 3 trophies again. 6 treble in 9 years. All. Well, touch wood, but.
Yeah, shows for opinion in this team, Scott. How highly we regard this team.
We
don't see us playing that well, and we're still kind of that far ahead. So that's how highly we regard these players.
Yeah.
I think that's what my opinion would be, mate.
It's like with us when we played in November, when we demolished Aberdeen, then we followed it up with that win against Leipzig. That shows us what we can do.
Yeah.
So we just want more of that, don't we?
Yeah, 100%, mate. 100%. I've got to say, I mean, it definitely. I mean, it's hard. It's been a long season, a long grueling season for a lot of them. A lot of these boys have played a lot of football. You know, they've played in a lot of games, a lot of big games for the team, and they've gave everything that they've got. What's your thoughts on McGregor? Because I'm hearing that McGregor's back for Saturday, Scott.
Well, he was a massive miss in the derby. I know, he controls the tempo and everything. I just get him back in our team because he makes us tick. I know he's had a few off games and whatever, but maybe you could say, I don't know, he's maybe plays too many games, but he's class player. Class player.
Yeah, 100%, mate. Scott, listen, thank you very much again, mate, for coming on and having a chat with us. It's good to get you on, mate.
Cheers,
nice one. Yeah,
cheers again, mate.
Yeah, hail, boys.
Cheers, mate.
Hail,
Take
mate.
care,
Take
pal.
it easy. All right,
Cheers,
pal.
boys.
Cheers,
Mate.
pal.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Cheers to Scott and our final caller of the evening. Anybody that's new to the channel, folks, that's how we do a Monday night. We take in 3 different callers and we get opinions from the fans. That's why this original podcast was set up. Monday nights are the dial-in, so we can get yous on. To get in touch with us, all you need to do is send us a message on our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, or even in the community section of the YouTube channel. But it says posts. You can get in contact with us if you want to be one of the lucky ones to come on and have a chat. If no, you can do what Mr. John Clifford done and send us in a nice wee video jinxing us about Kasper Schmeichel, telling us that Sinisalo's not playing enough games and it looks like his prayers have been answered, right?
I hope Kasper's no. I know Punch says there that he might not be that bad. I hope no for his sake, obviously for us as well, but for more his health reason, he will be injured. I can't see it. But again, on last week, but I know you spoke about McGregor. I know I said it in the on the comments on Monday when the Monday I think it was in Tenerife. I was with Salt Tenerife and you were on a dial-in on Monday. On the Monday, and as I'd say about the call, I don't want any Celtic fans saying to me that we are better without McGregor. Get out of the window right now. Honest to God, get out of the window. I know it's all about opinions of the game, and they might have dropped his levels the odd game here and there, but Celtic are by far, in my opinion, well better with Callum McGregor, especially in derby games now. No offence to guys like McKibben. McKibben's a decent player. He's done well for us, but at that level of game, do I think he's the sort of player that's going to be that ideal for us? I don't think so. I think the level's still clear that Hatate, Engels and McGregor, even Bernardo, because back into the fold, that's your front four in my opinion. I think McKibben's still got a bit to go. And that's not on him. He's still a good player. He's done really well for us. But McGregor's, he's like Scott says, he makes his tick. The ball is through him. When he plays well in the derby games, Celtic win the game. Our midfield didn't play well in the derby game, and we lost the game. If he played, I know we had a bit of conversations personal lads that. No, I get what you're saying, G-Doc. I get that, and I say that to the lads. I get it that we lost the game, but
Celtic we've lost other, by the way. We've lost other derbies. He's been in a team.
Celtic are a far better team with Callum McGregor.
We lost to 10 when he was in the team.
Aye, Celtic are just a better team with him in the team, in my opinion. And I'm probably going to. People will have their opinions, but I'll be honest with you. I'm probably going to take it in because nobody will change my mind that McGregor's. He's by far. In my opinion, he's maybe. He's nobody. None of them
are near him. None of them are near his level. I don't care what anybody says.
Everything goes through him, and he makes Celtic tick. Similar when Scott Brown played. When Scott Brown played well in the derby games, Celtic won the game, and it was no coincidence when Celtic played well, Scott Brown played well in any game, not just derby games. So, and I know it's probably too early to talk about it, but I spoke to Alan about it in Tenerife. I think me and you spoke with JP personally. No yet, but maybe after next season, we need to try and plan for him. We didn't do it with Scott Brown. We need to try and plan when he's not here, because we've seen how big he is for us, and we've not got a player in the team that can do that job. I know it's going to be very hard to find it, but they need to try, because the level and quality still be seen it, and that's not on other guys. It's just levels. But the same when KT comes in, you'll see the levels. It's football. But no, it's quite a good point there you made with Scott there, JP, about McGregor being fit. I hope he's fit, fully fit, and I think you'll see a big difference on Saturday when he's playing.
Yeah, Alan, obviously your thoughts on Callum?
Yeah, I think you guys have kind of covered it. We know how kind of instrumental he is to the team, and especially with his leadership. Leads by example. It's not even the kind of leadership that you maybe see for the likes of Scott Brown or somebody in the past. He leads by example. He's a perfect kind of professional. And he's a fantastic footballer as well. So I think we might not win every game when Callum's there. I've seen some of the comments, but you give yourself a hell of a better chance, I think. I agree. We spoke about kind of Luke McCown. I think it's a fantastic bit of business for him all the time. Yeah. But you're seeing there's different levels to the quality we've got. I think Luke McCown's kind of a couple of levels down in comparison to the other three. Maybe Bernardo's, he's still relatively young. We've seen a lot of promise for him. We'll see when he comes back how he can kick on. But I think it's clear to see that the three kind of midfielders are I think kind of levels above the others just now. I think we spoke about last week, myself and Ryan, about the strength and depth that we've got in midfield. I think that's maybe a position that we're probably going to need to add a couple to. When you've got 5 players for kind of 3 positions, when you're looking at, as you say, the amount of games that these guys are playing, if you get kind of 1 or 2 injuries or suspensions, then you're kind of halfway up shit street. You know what I mean? You're in a bad place. So I think that's probably a position that Brendan will try and strengthen in the summer.
Sitting on a team bus, big man like that, get that paper. Let him see a alert. Let him see a alert. What does that mean? It means to move doggedly. So, here you go, you cheeky bastard, you.
In regards to quality, I think that they three are kind of they're showing the levels, but I think we need at least another 1 or 2 in regards to numbers in there, because you want a minimum with kind of two players per position, especially in that midfield, because it can be physical at times. It can be draining. So I think that's probably a position that Brendan will want to add numbers to, and hopefully quality alongside that.
Yeah, I seen GG's comment there. I think it's down to muscle memory. When you look at it, the extent of the amount of games that Callum plays. When you're talking about they've not gave the ball to Engels as much as they do to McGregor. Man, I just think that's down to muscle memory, mate. I don't think that. I mean, you talk about that's one game in isolation. Callum's played over 500 games for Celtic. So the boys are used to seeing Callum there. They wouldn't have been particularly used to seeing Engels there. I did think Engels was off form the first half. I didn't think he had the best of games. When I've watched it back, I've just realised now the game could have bypassed him in the first half. He wasn't being used at all. He had really very little input in the game. Second half, he was a bit better. Certainly wasn't the best out of both halves, that's for sure. But as GG's comment there, I think it's just sheerly down to muscle memory for me, mate, because the players are so used to Callum being there. When he's not there, it's a kind of, right, what do we do now? And I thought, in that, especially first half, mate, I thought they lacked a bit of leadership.
I thought we lacked leadership in the majority of the game, mate. And even guys like Vickers and Kasper, normally they can maybe show you that. We just looked lost in the first half. Is that because Callum wasn't playing? I can't say I don't know. That's not something I can say because I wasn't on the park. But I do agree with you in terms of that, mate, that Engels, that's not his game either, in my opinion. I think you'll see Engels being very attacking player. I think he's better further forward. He's not a defensive player, in my opinion. He's very he can score goals. He's got he'll
I
shoot
say that you before the game, but I mind you thought it was going to be McCowan sitting. I says,
but wasn't he? It looked like that anyway. I thought it might have had McCowan playing defensively next, because I thought that suited us better with Engels going further forward.
Yeah.
I agree with JP. It's nothing to do with no trust in Engels. It's nothing to do with ability. It's just the fact that normally Celtic play through McGregor, and because Engels is that position, and obviously it's no went to Engels, and that's just the way it is. I don't want to keep it to Engels, because again, I could be absolutely wrong in 2 years' time or 6 months' time or a year's time, but I think Engels he's brilliant. Maybe I'm a bit of a fanboy, I don't know, but I know when I see a good player, he does all the basics right. His recoveries, his stamina, his distribution. They're allowed a bad game. This is a thing. Probably the majority of the fan base, right? Even myself sometimes, but the more I'm getting, I'm going to say wiser, but the older I'm getting and I understand things better, you can't just criticise one guy or a player because they had one bad game. They've been brilliant for the last 10 games, so give him a bit of leeway. Engels has been good the majority of the season. I think he's got 9 or 10 goals in 27 games, something like that.
Yeah.
I think it's over 10 assists. I might be wrong, but considering he's came to a new country, and for a different country, a new culture, big money signing, all the pressure on him, a young boy, I think he's done all right. Just because he's £11 million doesn't mean that he's got to score 25 goals. That's not his game. If you knew his game for Germany, you wouldn't be expecting him to score 25 goals a season and 25 assists. That's not his game. I think he's going to be... the more he plays, he's going to progress, and I think fans will just give him a bit of time. Know that he's not done well anyway, but just because he's not played well one game against them, don't go, £11 million, it wasn't great. But so was your Carter Vickers, who was $6 million. Kasper, who's played the World Cups in Man City and Leicester, he won the Premier League, he was poor. So it doesn't matter who they are and what they've done. But no, listen, I think Engels is brilliant. Again, if he's known in a year's time, then I'll be happy to go.
By the way, I wasn't slagging him off when I said he just wasn't involved in that first half, wasn't he?
But there's been a big thing about him this season, JP, just because he's price tag. About £11 million, and again, it just depends. If you looked at him before he came to Celtic, you wouldn't be expecting him to score 25 goals a season and be this driving force. That's not who he is. That's not the player he is, and he might be that in 5 years' time, but that's not the player behind. So he's still to develop. He's only 21. He's a young boy. Yeah. Let him play his football. Let him develop. Let him beat this big club. Just support him. He's a big money signing. Players, fans might expect big things out of him, but this could be a guy who could lead you, but could be part of a treble winning team. He's helped you win the league potentially. He's helped you get to the format in terms of the early stage, the later stages. He's done really well in that format for you. He's progressed you in Europe to a degree, so give him a bit of slack. That's just the way I see it. Maybe I'm wrong, but just give him a bit of slack. He's a new culture. He's a young boy. Big money signing. It's not his fault he's getting £11 million. I think Augsburg signed him for 500 grand. So it's a big jump. So just give him a bit of leeway and let him play his football. That's for him. That's even for Lennon Motherwell. It's for young boys at Celtic. Any young player, let him play football and just let him play.
Just seen Plungy's comment there. He says he's won many dogs over the years. That's how people are starting to think he's border collie.
He dug till Patch. Oh, Patch, we'll get a wee kiss.
Matthew,
onion.
Every time he goes for a drink, his wife says at the head of the...
You get in jail for that.
Every time he goes for a bevy, his wife says a hair of dog for you.
Hair of dog for you, aye. He dug till Patch.
Aye,
man. Onion. Onion.
He calls a dog onion. He's not walking, by the way, he's not walking through Springburn Park with us, that's for sure.
Oh, no, he's not. No, he's not. He's happy called Beasley, does that?
Your dog looks like a buzz ball. Matthew, bite his buzz.
Matthew, bite his buzz. Oh, man.
Tremendous. But, no, that's us. We're all finished for the night. Thank you very much to everybody that's tuned in. Thank you very much to our 3 callers that phoned in and had a chat with us.
Thank you.
Cheers to you two guys as well. Been back for Tenerife and coming right back to the office, as they say.
Survived, mate. Survived.
Survived.
Well, I'm about to have a lie down a wee water bottle after this. Water bottle.
Right, that Stella, please.
No,
Bring a Stella. Aye.
I don't want to see a pint for a long time.
I'm away to get more. I'm away to get more milk.
Milk.
Aye, definitely. But thanks to everybody else that's tuned in with us this evening. Hope everybody had a great weekend, as I said at the beginning.
Cheers, Dale. If that's yourself.
Cheers for the podcast tuning in as well, lads. Hail to yous. And we'll be back probably Wednesday in the week, probably, I'd imagine, for more chat on what's going on with Celtic. But hopefully by that point we'll have maybe an idea of what's going on with Kasper and our boys returning from international duty. We've got Idah and Rio play tomorrow morning, I think, against Saudi Arabia. So, it's going to be interesting. But lads, thank you very much.
Well, it's good to be back, mate. Good to be back into business. Like I say, holidays finished, back into it. So I will keep the content coming for you guys. Hope you should like, subscribe. The more likes and subscribe and comments you do, it helps us. It helps YouTube put us out there, and it helps us do this. It helps us get guests on. It helps us be out there. So your support's valuable.
It helps the boys go to Tenerife twice a year as well.
It helps pay for the. People buy. That's funny,
anyway, while I'm sitting in the office.
It helps pay for It helps pay for Yankees electrolyte milk.
Sitting in my toilet with my Mark McGee cardigan on.
Sitting cold beans.
Thinking about plunge once in his dug.
No, but honestly, guys, your support helps us get out there as well. So it's free as well to do so. You can get us on TikTok, any social media platform. Please like and share. It helps us get out there, and your support's valuable. So thanks again for tuning us and taking over your Monday night.
Cheers. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Join the gardener.